Okay, so the couple questions you had on the Alex are about the graphing. So the big thing is when it says graph anything with the points, you really just have to take your equation, y equals whatever it is, the first one was 4/3 x, and you just have to pick any x values you want. Now, it will tell you to pick multiples of 3 because it will come out nice, but you can really pick any x values you want. In general, if you want nice points, look at your denominator, and whatever that is, make it increments of that. So some increments of 3 would be -3, 0, 3, 6, anything like that. And so once you pick those, you're just essentially going to plug them in this equation to get the y's. So for example, for -3, y is going to equal 4/3 times -3. Now, you are 100% able to just plug this in the calculator and see what you get. Or if we know fractions, this is -3/1. The 3's cancel, and I end up with -4. So either way is fine. So 0, we'll do y equals 4/3 times 0. Anything times 0 is 0. For 3, we'll get y equals 4/3 times 3 over 1. Those will cancel, you get 4. But again, plug any of these in the calculator you want. If you do plug one that's not a multiple of 3, it'll still give you an answer. It'll just be a decimal. And then for 6, we'll do 4/3 times 6, which is 8. So now we know from our library of functions this is some kind of linear function, it's a line. So when I graph the points, -3, -4 is going to be there. 0, 0 is going to be there. 3, 4 is going to be there. And 6, 8 is going to be there. So here's my line. Now, to put the points on Alex, you can use the pencil or you can use the button that looks like this. And if you click that, you could just put these ordered pairs in and it'll put the dots, and then you could just connect your dots. All right, so let's look at this one. This is just another example I made up. So in here you see the denominator is 5. So for x, you could pick anything, but let's pick up some multiples of 5. So -5, 0, 5, 10, whatever. So I'll plug those in. So y equals 2/5 times -5 minus 1. Put that in your calculator, do whatever you want. 5's will cancel, so I'll get -2, because 2 times the -1 minus 1, which is -3. So that goes there. If I put in 0, I'll get 0 minus 1, which is -1. Again, you can plug these in. So 0, -1 is there. For 5, I'll get y equals 2/5 times 5 minus 1. So it gives us 2 minus 1, which is 1. So 5, 1. You can kind of see the pattern here. If I do 10, I'll get 3. So that's somewhere here. But again, we get another line. So it's just about picking x's and finding the y's. And Alex does like you to pick smart y's, which again, are just going to be multiples of that bottom number of the fraction. You could actually graph anything this way. I just pulled up this random, this is a quadratic, some kind of squaring function. You can do the same thing with this. So if I pick some values, now there's no fraction, so I can really pick anything I want. So once I do that, I can just start plugging these in. Y equals 2 times -2 squared minus 1. So remember order of operations, so this is 2 times 4 minus 1, which is 8 minus 1, which is 7. And you could just do this for all those points too. So you get 1, you get -1, you get 1, and you get 7. So again, I'll let you go ahead and plug those x values in. Again, you're just plugging them in for x and seeing what the y value is. So then if I plug that, I get -2, 7, which is like somewhere like there, 0, -1, -1, 1, and 2, 7. So here is how you'll get kind of a parabolic shape. And again, you could really do this for any kind of thing. The big thing is really only if you have fractions, that's when you kind of want to be a little more selective with your x. But something like this, I could pick any x I want. I could pick x of 100 and get a really big y value, but I would get a y value nonetheless. So hopefully this is helpful for your graphing. If you do have questions, of course, let me know.